Someone. Let's go back to court.
Your stomach has acid. The acid is intended to break down your food. If that acid gets into your lungs, it starts to break down the lungs as though that was food. Acid is not as bad, though, as bile. When you throw up that green stuff, that's bile. Bile immediately starts dissolving the lungs immediately. So bile in the lungs is almost 100% fatal. So this is a very feared complication in anesthesia, and every anesthesiologist is very attuned. If you ever have surgery, they'll say, don't have anything to eat or drink the night before surgery. Why do they say that? It's because they don't want anything in your stomach. Because they don't want you to have anything in your stomach that could possibly go into your lungs. The suction is absolutely necessary because if something comes up in your throat, the anesthesiologist has only the time until the next breath to put a suction catheter in the back of your throat and remove the vomit that just appeared there. So if a patient is sleeping and there's a little and something comes into the back of the throat, it'll sit there until they take a next breath. That can't happen. You have to get the head turned. You have to get the suction catheter into the throat and remove all of that before even a drop goes into the lungs, because it is very, very toxic. A drop, certainly a cc of bile, could be fatal. So you check the suction apparatus. You have to know that it works. So here he takes the suction apparatus. This is absolutely critically important for safe sedation. You'll see him now put his hand over it, continue, and he checks that he can feel the suction coming through that. And then he looks down at the control device here and verifies that it can actually create suction. Because you are responsible, stop. The anesthesiologist can't say, oh, the maintenance person made a mistake. The anesthesiologist is responsible that everything works. There's no, oh, somebody didn't check a form or something. You're responsible. You check that everything works before the case starts. So now we go to the backup oxygen tank. This is necessary for a variety of reasons, including the possibility that the main oxygen supply might fail. So, in this case now, Professor Hung checks the backup oxygen tank and verifies that the tubing is attached. And that is also attached to a resuscitation bag. Now, please stop. This is a different bag than the first thing I showed you, which was the anesthesia circuit. Why? It's kind of a belt and suspenders approach. Belt and suspenders. You wear suspenders just in case your belt breaks.
All right, we continue to watch. This is a video demonstration narrated by Dr. Stephen Shafer. Again, he's an anesthesiologist. Things to note here. How organized you have to be when you sedate somebody, how emergency equipment has to be at the ready, monitoring equipment, and how fast you have to act or be ready to act in case something goes wrong. It's powerful stuff for the jury and all of us to watch. We'll be back with more of it coming up. Stay with HLN.